Welcome to the Best Is Yet to Come podcast. I'm your host, Superintendent for the Troy School District, Dr. Machesky. Today on our podcast, we will chat with the principal of Hill Elementary, Mrs. Shari Pawlus, and some of her students who around one of our very important Bond 2022 upgrades, our playgrounds, and what young elementary student doesn't like to talk about playgrounds. So with that, Mrs. Pawlus, would you do us the pleasure of introducing our students that are with us today?
Thank you for having us, Dr. Machesky. With me today, I have four wonderful fifth graders that are excited to talk about the playground. I have Grayson Glass.
Hello.
Hello. And Brady Burns.
Hello.
Alexa Senti.
Hello.
And Julia Kanaya.
Hello.
Thanks for being here. You guys ready to talk playgrounds?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so Mrs. Pawlus, 6 of our elementary schools received new playgrounds this year. Tell us about why this particular project is so important to our students and families.
I am so excited that we are getting a new playground and that all of our elementary schools get a chance to get a new playground, because playgrounds are an opportunity for kids to connect and to enjoy one another. And what we noticed is that not all students were able to engage on the playground the way that others were. And so we wanted to create a space that allowed all of our students an opportunity to engage and play on the playground and be part of One Troy and One Hill.
Absolutely. That's excellent. All right, let's get to the real stars around the table today, and those are our students. So Alexis, let's start with you. What do you think about your new playground here at Hill?
I think it looks really fun. I'm super excited to actually play on it now. I think that the playground, I like the color scheme, and I like all the theme, like the woods and like the blue. I like it. I think it's gonna be really fun.
We tried to do that so it looked really natural, and so I'm glad you picked up on that. Way to go, Alexis.
So Grayson, let's go over to you. What do you think about the new playground?
Yeah, I really agree with Alexis. I like how she said that. I really like how it's like really interactive for kids to do stuff. It's good for all ages, and I really think they did a good job on it.
You said it's really interactive. Can you name something that you saw that you're excited to interact with?
I saw that they kept the rock wall, and we can still do that. There's like a big play structure with the slide. I think a lot of kids would like that.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
So Julia, when we think about the importance around making improvements in our schools, what do you think are important for schools to improve or update? Why do you think it's important for schools to improve or update their playgrounds?
Maybe because it's been there for a very long time. So some kids got bored of it, and they want to maybe add more more things for their age.
Okay, great. Brady, what about you? Why do you think it's important for schools to improve or update their facilities? Specifically, we're talking playgrounds.
I feel like you should update it because, especially for the new kids in kindergarten and that haven't been to this school and don't know a lot about it. So it's good to have the playground to help them have fun and keep updating it so there's more stuff for them to do.
Okay. Brady, before you put that microphone down, let me ask you this. What's your favorite part of the new playground?
It's the spinny thing kind of close to the thing. It looks really fun.
Ooh.
The spinny thing close to the thing?
Yes.
That sounds amazing.
Totally not me. Alexis, what about you? What's your favorite part of the playground?
I think I'm really excited for this spider web climber, and it has a bunch of cool hanging things to play on, which I love.
Awesome. Grayson, what about you? What's your favorite?
I saw something that looked a lot like something where you stand on and you can wiggle around because it has springs under it, and I'm really excited to test that out.
Awesome. Work on your core. That's great. All right. Julia, what about you? What's your favorite part of the new playground?
Probably the 2-person swing. It's where there's someone sitting on the bottom, someone singing on the top swing. That it kind of looks like the baby swings, but not that much. There's no safety.
So each of you named a different part of the playground, which I think is really cool, which speaks to getting the importance of having individual voices in helping plan for the playground. I know we're going to talk a little bit about planning. So Mrs. Pawlus, when did you start planning for the new playground? What part did you play in that?
We started planning for the playground about a year ago, and planning started with asking students what they wanted on their playground. So during media, students were asked to dream up and to design what they would want for a playground. Additionally, administrators had an opportunity to learn about the different aspects of playgrounds, learning about those opportunities for students that don't typically have an opportunity to play on the playground. Maybe they're in a wheelchair, maybe they have a walker. And so the importance of making sure that we have a playground that is accessible for all. After that, once we had architects kind of dream up our ideas, we were able to bring it to our PTOs and our teachers, making sure that all stakeholders were able to engage and get their voice heard up until now, which I am so happy that we're able to walk the property weekly and to look at the updates that are happening. And it has that experience of it has been really inclusive of administrators.
That's great. So for our students, what part did you have in helping to plan and dream of what this playground could look like? Which of you might want to join in? Grayson, what about you?
Yeah, I totally remember, like, in last year, I was in media, some people call it library. Our teacher told us to, we got a big piece of paper and she told us to draw what we think would be really fun. And I know we did that. And, some people put trees because of a park they've been to. And I've seen, in the designs or what has been built on the playground, there's been some stuff with, wood and trees. And I really think that's awesome.
That's great. Who else might want to jump in on that one? Julia, you want to jump in on that one? What part did you play?
I thought there should be more she asked us to build something that would be more unique, that's we've never really seen before, which is something like the 2-person swing especially. I think a lot of people would never see that really at a park, so it would be really cool to experience that.
So it takes a little while to build a playground, doesn't it? You got a chance to kind of see it from the very beginning. Actually, Hill's Playground was one of the last to be completed. So let's talk about the process itself as you had a chance to see it in action. Brady, talk a little bit about when you came back to school, what it looked like versus what it looks like now.
So when I first came back, where the 5th grade playground used to be, there was a huge mound of dirt and an excavator on top. But now it's all gone, and there was no playground stuff. It was just dirt and, materials on the ground. They're getting ready to, start to build it. And there's no grass seed, and it just looked like a dig site or something, a house was going up.
What does it look like now?
It looks like a playground with no grass.
It's almost ready, Brady.
Almost.
It's almost. Another thing that I just wanted to bring up as we're talking about the playground, you know better and you do better. And one of the things that I noticed from administrator standpoint is that our playground was very spread out in the back, which is wonderful to have all of that space. But from a security standpoint, having everyone so spread out, the desire was to keep kids closer to be able to manage better. And so looking forward to having all of our students in one area to play is exciting as well.
That's great. Alexis, thinking about what Mrs. Pawlus just said and what Brady said, as you think about when you came back for your first day in 5th grade, what you saw versus what you see now. Talk us through that.
Yeah, so I really agree with Brady. It looked like a dig site, but now it looks like a beautiful playground, and it's definitely more less spread out, but I think it's good, Mrs. Paul said, for a security standpoint. I think that we had all these crates and all this stuff getting ready to build, which was all exciting, and then now it's finally ready, and I'm super excited.
That's great. So Mrs. Paulus, I know that we had some conversations because of some of the challenges we had over the summer in terms of getting the process and started. You want to just talk through a little bit about some of the challenges that we faced on this particular project?
Well, the biggest challenge is not having a playground with students that are ready to play. But the beauty of our community is that we were able to problem solve and figure that out. So the front of our building for a while was a kindergarten playground right when you walked up. Kids are doing chalk, playing with basketballs, all of those fun things. They found a way. What I learned a lot is that playground is important. I want all of the structures. But also I learned kids will find anything and make it into a play structure or make fun with it. So that was nice to see. I think the management of just what do you do outside when you have nothing to play on. But again, watching kids learn different games they can make up with chalk or different games they can make up with the balls that we bought or the skip-its, all of that, watching them, I think that they learned a lot about themselves and I learned a lot about them as well.
Yeah, I would say when I was making my way around the district at the beginning of the school year, those buildings that were getting playgrounds that weren't complete yet, that's exactly what students were doing. They were making do with what they had, which I think is really awesome, and it's a testament to the leadership in our buildings. It's also a testament to the exceptional students that we have that will make the best of any given situation. So last question. I want each of you to take a moment and answer this question for us. How does your new playground compare to your old playground?
That's a good question.
A little compare and contrast here. Who wants to start us off? Grayson, you want to go? And then we'll ask Alexis to go.
Okay. A difference I think is I've been going to Hill since kindergarten, and I've had the same playground for about 5 years, and then this year, it's just like a big difference with all the new stuff, like all the blacktop. I don't think I've ever played on a blacktop so much while waiting for a playground to be built. Yeah, I think there's a lot more new things that kids can interact with. And now that it's like all in one area, so more kids can play together. I remember like it was like a few grades in one area and a few grades in the other. So I like how we can now like interact with each other.
One community.
Great. Alexis, what about you?
I agree with Grayson. We've been playing on the playground for a long, long time. And of course, there's always been some fun aspects. And of course, there will be things where like, oh, I remember playing on that. But then this new playground, it's really fun because there's like all new things and that's new activities. And I think that like the kindergarten playground especially was falling apart towards the end. And then it needed to be redone. And also a lot of the playgrounds that also are getting redone. And I think it's exciting to have things that aren't falling apart that you're playing with.
Absolutely. Julia, what about you?
I think like especially like in the upper L there was like a lot of cracks and damages because that was like a very old playground, and like the kindergarten playground definitely had a lot of like cracks and damages as well, so they definitely needed to like redo it, which is why they probably did this. But like there's like so many like new things that you would see like rarely ever at like a park, especially for a school.
Brady, how about you? We're going to give you the final word here.
Yes, I totally agree with Julia and all you guys. The other playground was fun. Like, I know the 5th grade playground didn't have any slides or swings, but I noticed that there's more like combined playgrounds than like how we had last year. It was like 2 different playgrounds, but I kind of agree with Grayson. Like, we can interact with like more friends, like if you had friends from like other grades, so and you get to like play games with it, and we have a new like time to play with the playground, and you have like you don't know what like really is, but it's really fun, but you don't know if it's going to be dangerous, but it's fun.
I promise it will not be dangerous.
Yes,
we would not do that.
It might be a little scary at first, but it's fine. You'll get used to it.
Exactly. I think another huge difference is the colors, wouldn't you say, guys? The vibrant colors of the playground, but also they go really well with the nature out there. When we used to drive up to our kindergarten playground, there were a lot of boards because the things had gotten old. And so now that curb appeal has really increased. It looks better. It's exciting and enticing. We're excited for the community to engage with our playground as well.
That's great. Thank you so much, Mrs. Pawlus, for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
And more importantly, thank you to our students, Brady, Grayson, Alexis, Julia. Thank you so much for sharing your reflections on the new playground here at Hill. As the superintendent of the Troy School District, I'm very excited to be able to share in these new projects with our community, and most importantly, with you, our students. At the end of the day, you're the most important. You're why we come to work. You're why we do what we do. And I want to thank you for being here with us today. And thank you for being our first guests on my new podcast, The Best Is Yet to Come. We hope you enjoy your new playground. To learn more about our Bond 2022 work, please visit our website. This is Rich Machesky signing off. The best is yet to come.